Hello reception, it's Mrs. Battle here. Now recently in our lessons we have been looking at the seaside. So today's learning objective is, I can use my senses to describe the seaside. So the first thing I'd like you to do is watch a video on Barney Bear at the seaside. And while you're watching the video, I'd like you to focus on all the things that you can see at the seaside. Okay, and I want you to think about all the things that you might be able to hear at the seaside, and what you might be able to smell at the seaside, and also what you might be able to taste, and what you might be able to touch or feel at the seaside. Okay?
This is me, Barney Bear, by the harbour in Poole. Oh, look at all those boats! Dad told me that Poole has got one of the biggest harbours in the world, and you can get to see all sorts of boats here. Dad, look! It's a fishing boat. I think the fisherman's got to have a rest, so we'll be wide awake tonight when he takes his boat out again. Oh, look! Dad, that bridge is moving. This fantastic bridge looked as if it was splitting in half. All the cars had to wait either side. I worked out that it must do that to let big boats into the harbour. Dad told me it was called a lifting bridge, and Poole had one because it was such a busy port. Boats have always been important in Poole. Long ago, the boats would have looked like this. But many years ago, all the buildings along the quay were used for very different things. Oh, Dad, the aquarium might be full of fish now, but did you know it used to be a warehouse full of spices and oil? Well, anything that the ships could carry. Oh, Dad, do you think there were lots of smugglers and pirates here? Ahoy, my hearties! Nowadays, people come to Poole to enjoy themselves. There are still lots of boats, but they're mostly used for fun. I even got to go on one. It was fantastic. Just looking at all the different seashores. Some were just big rocks, and I was scared we would get too close. We saw some amazing cliffs. They looked really hard to climb. But even more brilliant were the miles and miles of sandy beaches. I couldn't wait to play on the beach. Oh, what on earth was that? Oh, hello, I'm Barnaby. Who are you?
My name's Chloe, and I'm Claire.
Hello, Chloe. Hello, Claire. Are you having a nice time on the beach?
Yes, Dad.
What are you doing?
Building sandcastles. I'm playing with the ball.
Oh, excellent. Dad, I've made some new friends. Chloe and Claire. What are you doing?
Slip, snap, stop.
Slip, slap, slop?
Yes, you know, when you slip on a t-shirt, slap on a hat, and slop on some sun cream. Stops us getting burnt by the sun.
Dad, did you see that? Slip, slap, slop. Chloe, do you think I should slip, slap, slop?
No, probably not, because you've got all that fur to come in, so you wouldn't need anything like that.
No, I suppose you're right.
You could wear a hat, though.
Oh, yes.
It will keep you cool and stop you from getting a headache.
Oh, yes. What do you think, Dad?
This one's going to be the best.
The beach was lots of fun, and it had fantastic sand to make sandcastles with. Oh, this is lovely.
Where are you from?
Yeah, look at mine, Chloe.
Oh, that looks brilliant.
Oh, there. Just pat it down.
Isn't this fun?
Oh, it's great. I love building sandcastles.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
Later on, I went for an explore. Dad got a bit worried when he couldn't find me.
Here I am, Dad.
Oh, hi, Dad. This man's a lifeguard.
Hi, I was just explain Barnaby why he shouldn't walk away from his parents on the beach. The sea can be a very dangerous place.
Oh, it doesn't look very dangerous.
No, the sea can be dangerous at any time. That's why I'm here. It's my job to make sure everyone's safe in the sea.
Oh, and how do you do that?
Well, you see the red and yellow flags on the beach here?
Yeah?
Yeah, they're here to show the most safe place to be on the beach. This is where the lifeguards will watch you. If these flags are totally red, it means the sea is too dangerous and you shouldn't swim in there.
Oh, what do the black and white flags mean?
Black and white flags are for hardcraft for things like windsurfers and surfboards. It's not safe for swimmers to go in there. It can be a very dangerous place and you get a bump on your head.
What happens if I get into trouble? Do you rescue me?
If I'm there, I'll rescue you. However, if I'm not here and you see someone in trouble, what you need to do is find a telephone, dial 999 and ask for the Coast Guard. Don't try to rescue anyone yourself. They'll come and help.
I'll try to remember that. 999. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And I promise never to wander off again.
Good.
Okay, Dad. Later on, I was glad that I'd talked to the lifeguard. I saw some children playing in an inflatable boat. You know, the kind that you blow up. No thanks. I'm just sunbathing. Okay. They wanted me to play with them, but I just felt like relaxing. I'll play with you later.
Right, now that you've watched the video, I hope you were able to spot lots of things at the seaside and hear different sounds, as well as think about what you might be able to touch, smell and taste. Right, there's a writing activity that I'd like you to complete now. Okay, so that it's the same learning objective. I can use my senses to describe the seaside. Now you need to remember there are 5 different senses. Okay, so one of them is to be able to see. Another sense is to hear. Third sense is to touch, so what you can feel. And another one of our senses is to taste. And our last sense is to smell. So these are our 5 senses. So to see, to hear, to touch, to taste, and to smell. Okay? So we are going to be looking at these 5 senses to describe the seaside. So the first part of your worksheet looks like this. Okay, so you have got 5 different boxes where you've got see, hear, touch, taste and smell. And what I'd like you to do is I would like you to think of one thing that you can see and write it in the box here. Okay, and then you need to think of one thing that you could hear at the seaside and write it down here. One thing that you can touch and write it in this box here. What you can taste, write it in this box, and one thing that you could smell at the seaside. Okay, so I'd like you to pause the video and have a think. Okay, so the next part of your worksheet is where you are going to use your senses to describe the seaside. Okay, so now you've already thought of one thing that you could see, one thing that you could hear, one thing that you could touch, one thing that you could possibly taste, and one thing that you could possibly smell at the seaside. Okay, so just you're going to use the same things that you came up with in these boxes to write your sentences now. Okay, so for example, let's just say you had put down the sea for what you could see. Okay, so your sentence might be, I can see the blue sea. Okay, so I want you to describe what you have chosen, okay, in these boxes. So think of one describing word at least, okay? So I can see the blue sea. My describing word here is blue. So you might also say I can see the cold sea, or I could see the wavy sea, okay? So then you can go on to the next one. I can hear. So what could you hear? So think about the video that we just watched. So you might have something like, for example, I can hear the children laughing, or I can hear the seagulls squawking, okay? Or I can hear the noisy seagulls, for example, okay? And then you're doing the same thing with touch. So think about what sort of things could you feel, what sort of things could you touch at the seaside, okay? So for example, the sand, that could be one thing. So how would you describe the sand? So you can say, I can touch the yellow sand, or I can touch the rough sand, okay? You can come up with one. And then same thing for I can taste. What sort of things could you taste? Now you can think about food, okay? You might have some food or picnic at the seaside. So, or we could, so for example, I can taste the yummy sandwich, for example, or if it's an ice cream, I can taste the cold ice cream or sweet ice cream, okay? What one word would you use to describe that thing that you can taste? And lastly, I can smell. So what sort of things can you smell? So again, it could be something to do with the food. It could be the smell of the sea. How would you describe that? Okay, so what sort of things could you smell? So you just need to come up with one sentence to describe. Okay, well done.